In dealing with debt today, tips on how to handle extra high bills from extreme weather. Joining us now is Ted Rossman. What can you tell us about extreme weather bills for Americans hit by excessive heat or cold and how it can cause debt issues?
We found that most Americans, 57%, have incurred some sort of cost over the past 10 years due to extreme weather events. And I think when we hear about extreme weather, our minds immediately go to devastation and, sadly, houses flattened by hurricanes and tornadoes and wildfires. And while unfortunately some of those things happen, it's actually the everyday stuff that is more impactful for the vast majority of people. You might think, oh, my house isn't going to be destroyed by a storm. Hopefully it's not. But the thing is that all of us are paying higher energy bills. That's actually the number one climate-related expense that people are facing. Number two is spoiled food, replacing spoiled food from a power outage. And then we also have things like insurance bills going up. In fact, the average car insurance price went up about 15% 2 years ago, and then it's up about another 15% over the past 12 months. So these things have a cumulative effect, even if you're spared from the worst.
What recommendations would you make to bring down some of these expenses?
While we infamously can't control the weather, there are some things we can do. Start by establishing an emergency fund. Only about 4 in 10 Americans could pay for a $1,000 emergency expense out of their savings. Try to start by setting aside that first $500 or first $1,000 and then look to build from there. Ideally, the end result would be an emergency fund equal to about 6 months worth of expenses. Be realistic about your budget. Acknowledge that energy costs and insurance costs will probably continue to grow faster than the overall rate of inflation. Look to limit that bite by shopping for cheaper insurance. If you just renew with the same company year after year, you're probably not getting the best deal. Bundle your car and home and life insurance for added impact. And then, one other thing that you might be able to do is shop for a cheaper utility provider. Some areas let you pick a cheaper energy supplier. That could definitely save you on your electric bill.
Great tips. Thank you, Ted.
No problem. Thank you.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.